Hi guys.
Uh,
Yeah, we're streaming again.
yeah, I
Guys,
I basically had nothing to
I
do.
exterminated Jackson and Alvin before it. I exterminated all of them.
Yeah, I
Tell me,
also updated my bases.
yeah, I know you're 1400. And I also updated mine because now I'm a BR standard class 2.
Yeah,
I never thought I would be a class that is younger than like the 1400. That is younger than the 1400, but oh well. I'm younger than.
yeah.
Kind of for me too, because Wait, that means like he would meet. He'd actually meet.
Have to do. I'll have to do a little bit of research when the 1400s were built, but
Oh yeah,
basically
yeah, I can do that. They were okay. Oh yeah, the 1400s were.
stops on the random rally, and then he will see Cardiff, and he's like, "Wait a minute, he
I
looks
mean,
familiar."
the railways are connected, so technically, like, it's just one railway, so they would technically see each other pretty much every day. Technically,
Yeah, I
and
think
plus,
Cargo will sometimes pull trucks, but and also sometimes pull coaches, specifically the local train.
the main thing is after like an accident in 1960, actually after an accident in 1971. I feel like Carter would. That's when Carter would get his 13. Like an accident in 1971. It would probably be a good lore.
Yeah,
Because like I remember the crash in 1964 with Blake Mendel and Miguel was one of the. It was actually one of the biggest crashes on the Random and Leicester Railway. One of the largest ones too. Question: can I be in like a random railway episode?
you're part of the cast, so yeah, you're in. Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like Jazz would be the youngest of the cast because like Jazz was built in 1952. He's the youngest out of all of them.
Yeah, yeah. And
Although
we're gonna
Jazz,
make and
although
then we're
Jazz is
gonna make
young,
fun of Alvin again in the episode. Yay!
although Jazz is like pretty young, he does know wrong. He's a little bit experienced, but is pretty experienced on most of his jobs. And
Yeah.
although being the youngest of the cast, he acts a little tough. But although Jazz does know how to kick some ass, he knows how to.
I feel like though, I think sometimes the random rally will get some predators on the rally, and then it gets so bad that they have to like scrap them.
That would
I
be in my head can they're not predators, but like they're just actual horrible engines.
yeah,
That's what I did for
you get
Blake
what I'm
Mendel.
saying.
They
They
were
do
horrible.
bad, and it gets so bad that they have to be scrapped.
That's like what they did to Miguel and Blake Mendel.
Yeah, I
Like
do
they,
want eventually. I do want to make the random railway game eventually. It's just
I
that I don't.
mean, actually, it's not going to be too long till I actually get my computer, so I could make a random railway game.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have to. Then we're gonna have to keep making streams to like, do the episodes to figure out the episodes, cause
Hey,
we'll
Tom,
probably.
I'm up for it. It's just if I don't join the game, you're probably gonna have to do it by yourself. But I'm mostly going to be active when I get my computer, so I could help you with it.
It's just that we're completely different ages, so
I mean, the
yeah,
railway is pretty young. Now, my railway opened up in 1943, but was finished in the 50s. It was like finished by the time Jazz was built. However, the narrow gauge railway was opened in 1874. And after like the narrow gauge railway was built in 1943, the plan for a new railway next to the Kenton and narrow gauge railway was planned to be made and all that stuff. And the random railway, can't forget that.
you, so there would be like this. There was an OC that I just called Red because I didn't know what to give her, and yes, it's female. But basically, her original design was like a kind of like a. It was kind of like a rosy type of basis.
The S100s.
Yeah. However, I want to try to give her like a different basis, something kind of still like rosy, but like something different.
Why not my old basis, the 1500s? That's a
Oh,
good alter. That's a good alternative.
oh yeah.
The 1500s
Also,
is good.
also, I have the super station where I'm gonna store all my 2026 items, and it's raining. I think it's gonna die soon.
Mm, I mean, the random, yeah, but when you're making OC railways, you have to be careful on which cast members you put as the main character of the episode. Because if they get exposed, you have to delete that episode and redo it all over again. That's what I did with Alvin. He got exposed.
Yeah. To be
And
honest, I was gonna put like Tom, the dog blue tank engine in there. However, since he's friends with Alvin, I'm gonna have to send him to the Cuddles Torch.
forget Blake. Can't forget Blake.
I'm talking about Tom the Blue Tender Engine, which is another recolor of James, except it has
Oh, I thought you
glasses.
were talking about Tom.
Yeah, Tom, the blue one.
Eh,
He's friends
must
with Alvin. He's basically friends with Alvin, y'all.
not surprised. He's a recolor. What recolors wouldn't be friends with pedophiles?
Yeah, he's kind of like Blake Medell. He's a recolor of James, except he has glasses.
Am I the only? Are me and like some of my friends the only ones who come up with original bases instead of fucking recolors? Hell, even when I was in E2, I made it to be not a recolor.
Yeah, bro. Remember for a show, remember I used to be a J13.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, a 1400. While it is the basis of Oliver, at least you made it to where it's not just Oliver. Like, does he have the same library as Oliver? Like, just the NWR green, or does he have like
Yeah,
G?
it's gonna be the NWR green. However, I may change it to like maybe like a British very color kind of.
Why
I
not?
don't. I
Why
just
not give? Why not give him BR Black like I gave Jazz?
Yeah, I may do that in future. However, I don't. I don't care right now. I kind of don't care.
And plus, like, although Miss Camilla wasn't. Wait, fun fact: the random and the Leicester Railways, they were not a part of BR. They were not a part of BR. They were actually their own railway, and they just. Although some engines were painted in BR Black. Jazz was already Jazz. He already had that color.
I
He's
think like doing at some point during the railway, like after like Calder's crash, where he will also. I think he went during Calder's crash. Another crash that he will have. I don't know what it will be yet, but he would get painted in the color black or maybe blue. I don't know, but he would get repainted, and then that will be his code delivery to present day. That's what I'm thinking.
also take what I'm saying. It's not true. It's just fictional. Jazz is actually the only one of his class to actually have a name. He's the only one of his class to actually have a name sense build.
Wait, so sometimes I will think that Carter will have to go on to long journeys, and some of those long journeys will have to be going on to the island of Soto. So sometimes he will meet his brother Oliver. So
I made it to where, the mainland goes both ways. Like to get to Soder, you have to go to the mainland. To get to the random and Leicester railways, you would have to go through the mainland. So like it's kind of
Yeah.
just you have to go to the mainland to get to each railway.
You have to go to the mainland.
To go through each railway, you want to go to Sodor, mainland. You want to go to the Northwestern Railways, boat, or mainland.
Yeah, you basically have to go through the mainland.
Do. And plus, I feel like it's a good idea that our railways are like together. Plus, it makes more sense for Carter to be like number 13. Although Jazz is the number one of his railway. One of his railway. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, I should be getting my like computer soon, so I'll probably be able to model most of the characters.
Yeah.
I'm not modeling Alvin though. Like, I fucking hate Alvin. I'm not modeling him. Like, that's a no.
We can reuse like one of the models and then just make it work like Alvin. I'm like, yeah, this is Alvin. Yeah, but he's gonna get like so offended. Like, you used the wrong basis.
I made an E4. I already made an E4 model like a few months ago. I just haven't used it since I already have another E4 model.
Yeah. And then I was like, you used the wrong basis. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bro.
They're also changing bases because like after I already uploaded one video, and after I posted my last video, actually I already posted my last video, but I might post 2 more. I'm going on break because my other device got like destroyed.
Man,
right here, bro. This I used it for filming and editing. So sadly, it's broken, so I gotta wait for a new one, which kind of fucks up my plan. Like long before it broke, I was working on a very special video. I'm gonna try to get back to work on it, but I'm not gonna start just yet. I want it to be something good. Also, is anyone like watching the stream?
sadly, no. Damn. Like everyone is. I think everyone's asleep at this time. I don't know.
You're streaming at 1:50 a.m.
For me, it's my time was 11:50 p.m. So yeah.
Most of us live in America, so like
Yeah. So I barely have any Canadian YouTube friends.
I might start joining your streams a little bit more until I get my computer, so I can finally get to work on Jazz and Friends again.
And hopefully start on the Random Railway.
Random Railway is gonna be a part of the series. Like I already made that clear as a part of it.
Yeah. So sometimes Carter may make little cameos. Yay!
No, he doesn't make cameos. He's just a part of the series. He's one of the main character cast.
Oh, really?
Like any characters that are my friends are most likely just like the main character cast. Now I will say one of my friends on OCs, he said that like because he can't move that well, so they would have to double head him. So like he's just gonna be about background character. Yep. So that's pretty much about like Random Railway.
Yeah, I want to say like some things about the Random Railway, about some of my other YouTube friends. Also, one of the OCs has hell, and yeah, he has hell.
I just made him like I need to have hair in my AU. I just made it to where their drivers or the workmen just put hair on them because I don't believe in the thing of saying hair grows on the engine because it's human. I don't believe that. I made it to where they just put it on them. It doesn't grow.
Yeah. So I don't know what Pacific they will arrive in, but he was some of the main cast.
I mean,
But, but
your railway opened up in 1963 when you were withdrawn, right?
yeah,
Okay, so and then actually, so some of your friends would have actually arrived to my railway since it was like built long before yours.
yeah,
So technically, it would be 1954. Actually, the last of the cast would actually arrive in 1970, right after no more engines. Like the railway is actually full of engines. Like there's so much OCs. And I have a lot of friends on Roblox, and they're most likely. I'm trying to make it to where there's not so much characters. Like I have a lot of people as the main character cast, and it makes it hard because I can't make it to where who is who, like who is number one. Jazz, I know he's number one. Who's number two? Who's number three? I don't know. We already know that Carter is number like 13. We already made that clear.
yeah. I think I think when he got like a repaint at some point, I think it would have to like do with on the random railway. Like he got involved with a Chloe landslide or something like that. But that's what I'm thinking. A landslide happened and Carter had to get repaired, and then he got his number 13.
Jazz and Carter actually got into a huge accident in 1973 because like Jazz thought it would be a good idea to pull a long train. Yeah, let's just say that didn't go too well. They crashed they basically crashed on a curve, so both have to be repaired. And I might
Originally, I was going to put this on the PFP, but I decided not to. Cardo, I don't know how grasses will work, but I say like if engines can like see properly, then they have to kind of like make some grasses that will kind of like work with humans, and then put it on the engines, and then they can see again. I don't know how
like
it works.
Jazz actually was built with some eye problems at first, but eventually, like a few months into him being built, he kind of just got his vision back pretty good.
Yeah, I I mean, because the reason why I say that because we have ref and ref roast grasses, so I don't know. I don't know how grasses work in the Thomas universe or in any train universe. Like, how
They
would that
actually,
work?
I'm indicating that they use it for a logical reason, so it doesn't cause any disruptions or accidents on the railway. Because if an engine can't see, that's just an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah,
Like
my
Jazz
ori-
actually, first one,
my
Jazz
ori-
bumped multiple trucks. Oh yeah, what?
so originally before like Carter became like a J13, his original role, like when he was kind of like a flatboat Thomas flatboat
Wait, wait,
what
so are you saying that he's always wait? Has Carter always been a 1400 in like his lore? Has he always been one, or
no
was he built to one?
Carter has so much changes. First he was an E2, then he became a Fred running boat Thomas clone, then he became a J13, and now he's a 1400.
I made a can that they don't know about like him being that, so like I feel like they just marked him as a J. Like I think they just marked him as a 1400. They
Yeah,
know nothing.
but in but actually in canon he's always been a J1400. But I'm gonna say when Calder was like a Thomas Fred running bold clone, his original he was gonna wear glasses. So basically, how I think glasses will work on the trains, if they can't see anything, and even when they run, then they have to like make like glasses like fold the engine so that they can actually see. I think that's how it would work. This would happen to Cardo when he got built and when he had his first world, he almost died. So they had to make him glasses, and then he could see. And
Fun
then
fact, during BR, fun fact, during BR, because back in like 1950, it was like a year after Jazz was built. Jazz was actually pulling like a train, and Carter actually had been like sent in the same region as Jazz. He was going pretty fast because he was trying to prove to one of like Jazz's siblings that he was worthy, and he just in turns, he just smashed into Jazz at high speeds.
Maybe I should change. Maybe I may update Cardo with glasses. I think that would explain something. Maybe I don't know.
Fun fact: in 1970, in the fire of '74, Jazz actually lost his eyes but got them back.
So that explains stuff. That explains it, guys. That explains it.
I lost my eyes for a while.
And then kind of like,
Just kidding. Jazz actually got his eyes back like weeks after the accident. He was in the works. It was also because like multiple trucks and debris was thrown at him, and he was actually thrown into the sea. And I made it clear that the eyes are metal. They're built with the eyes.
yeah, I think some engines were built with eyes, just like that.
And I made it canon with engines with smoke box. Although they have metal eyes that can be taken out, uh, they can't bleed technically. They technically can't bleed, but they can get black eyes. They can't really bleed though.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, since Carter kind of, this is actually related to me having GDD Global Development Delay. When they say something, I'm like, what? And then Carter's like, what is that? And then they think like, bro, are you stupid? Are you a stupid little idiot? And I'm like, no, it's not my fault. And then they say some of the controversial things. And then get depression.
Although Jazz knows Carter, Jazz just doesn't really like how Jazz does not like when he was built. He wants to be built like longer, like before, because he was built in 1952, so like he's actually pretty younger than Carter in terms.
Even though Carter is like part of the the GWO, his mom is like like symbol to children like 1338. Yeah, that
But
Soccer Tank.
Jazz's mom is just an IBAT 2MT. Jazz is not an IBAT 2MT. He's a class 2, but
Yeah, I
technically
know.
he's still his mom.
Like the Soccer Tank 1338.
Yeah.
That's basically Carter's mom. That's canon, guys. It's
I
canon.
liked coming
Canon.
up with the idea of engines of being different bases, but like being I made a kid like it's actually so technically because Jazz, well, not Jazz. What else? So my one of my OCs is like GWR built. Although if an engine is not the same design, but like made by the same designer, they are cousins. Not made by the same design, but the same designer, cousins.
Yeah. Wait, so that means like so basically since wait,
Yeah, you're
did
pretty much
wait
cousins
did the
with
person
you're pretty much cousins with
did the
any
person
GWR built engine.
did the person did this person like who made like the class 1400s, did they make like the panel tank? So no.
Yeah, are you talking about like call it? Yeah, he made the 1400s and painter tanks.
And the panel tanks.
I'm making a series called like the disaster. I don't know what I plan for to. Hold on. This is like what the hold on. Let me try getting it. This is about the poster. It's called the disaster. I don't know why
What
I put waste disaster. I didn't mean to do that. I put it's
what what's the plot? What's the plot for the episodes?
basically after some like terrorist. Hold on. Yo, hold on. Oh shit. Basically, after some terrorist group comes to the railway, they start injecting at least two engines with a serum, and yeah, it basically goes haywire. They start attacking people. Basically, the terrorist group goes over the island and attacks people. Basically, it's emergency alert comes on the TV says, "Hey, unknown assailants and terrorist groups are surrounding the island, stay in your homes. Basically, Carter and Jazz were sent to do evacuation trains. While doing that, they basically left. They left Circus Station. While doing that, they get down to the hill. After passing Jester Station, Jazz stops. Carter and Jazz stop. Basically, they get chased down by a infected Olivia. They're chased down to the docks where Jazz eventually derails and nearly gets killed, but Carter basically like gets trucks to smash into the thing. Basically, that's kind of it.
Wow.
It's basically like a horror story. I wasn't gonna promote it as like an AU, but it's more like a horror story of some sort.
Wow. Okay, I'm changing the title for the stream.
Explain the lore.
Explain 𝓒𝓪𝓻𝓽𝓮𝓻'𝓼. 𝓒𝓪𝓻𝓽𝓮𝓻'𝓼.
I might change up the episode. Although Carter and Jazz do evacuation trains like a day after the accident, because both of them were at the docks at the time of everything happening. Also, the second engine who's like infected. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. As I was saying, basically, like the second engine who's infected is basically one of my OC's Jenny, who's like a class 28 with extended bogey. Yeah, we're all getting slimed out. I might make it to where like they don't do evacuation trains, but Carter and Jazz do try to get off the island. No, they don't try to get off the island, but they try to head towards like the forest to hide and stuff.
Yeah.
And then and Alvin is a Diddy monster. Oh yeah, and also in the series, Alvin's fucking dead.
Oh yeah, because he's irrelevant.
No, he actually gets killed off screen. Basically, there's a scene where Jazz gets chased down up the hill, but he dodges her and she runs, and like off screen he gets killed, like at Rivertown. While basically Alvin was basically sent into a death trap. One of the terrorists tried to basically dress up as a worker and set him onto the island, basically sending him into a death trap, and he got murdered off screen.
Wait,
it doesn't mention he's killed until like the end of the series.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a question that is basically a real world event.
Yeah.
So when did World War II end exactly?
It started in 1939 and ended in 1945. Carter would have experienced World War II, but Jazz wouldn't, sadly.
So basically, Carter had to be prepared for World War II. And let's just say that gave him PTSD.
Jazz's siblings have actually told Jazz. I wanted to make my basis to where he experienced war. I plan on making Jazz a B1 maybe to where he would experience war, but I'm not completely sure about that.
Yeah. But so if somebody says the World War II or something that happens, kind of goes into the PTSD moment, yeah. I don't know. I think it will. I don't know. I think it would be fun to torture him a little bit because he can't be all fun. He can't be all like happy and rainbows. He has to have a little bit of trauma.
Yeah, but Carter mostly is a little cheerful. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Although he did go through trauma, he doesn't really let it go over him.
Except
can I explain more about like the disaster series?
Yeah.
Blake, Mendel, and Miguel also get killed off screen. I forgot to mention. Carter, although he knows what's he knows what's happening, and he just pretty much when he's like while Jazz is getting chased, he basically hides in the forest and sees multiple. Fun fact: Blake, Mendel, and Miguel actually tried getting off the island because they were sent on to do like evacuation trains, but failed fucking miserably because their coaches got taken by one of the monsters. Basically, while running, Olivia spots them and chases them down to the ironworks, where she basically murders both of them. Oh yeah, I can't forget she kills like half the diesels there.
Wow. She is a literal murder machine.
And Jazz, he says all four. He's like, oh yeah, this GTA, bro.
I think it's like, GTA. I wouldn't put it like that. Jazz
I
is
know
like,
it's. I will probably say more. I forgot to mention. Uh, this takes place in 1980. It takes place in 1990. So like, it would probably take place. It would take place a few years before the Cold War would like stop. Although Jazz has never been in war, though, he does know about nuclear bombs. And Jazz knows how we all nearly fucking died, because Jazz knows about the Cold War. He knows about certain incidents. And also, not gonna lie, some of Alvin's, like, series, I'm saying it like this, they don't make sense, dude.
yeah, none of them make sense.
World War III, Soda, World War III. Blood, although what's happening in the world right now, we are nowhere near close to World War III.
Yeah, but
We are,
I may rename it to Soda Attack or something like that because it doesn't like literally World War III. I want to rename it because the whole plot is like some people just started to attack Soda and they've just been plotted in for the past couple of years. I don't know. I'm bad at AUs. I'm like so bad at it. And this is why I want to say first, Soda World War III is cancelled. Yep, you heard me. Soda World War III is cancelled.
we're not gonna lie, Soda Bat Attack 2, it makes no sense. Like, the fuck you mean bats are evading Soda? First of all, what the fuck are bats gonna do? If anything, bats are cute. If anything, bats are not harmful. Like, yes, they may suck blood, but damn, they ain't doing shit. Like, what they gonna do? Suck the blood? Bro, all they would have done is suck your blood. That's it. That's all they do, and they
But
chilling.
they don't even have. The trains only have faces, no blood.
Technically, they just have faces and blood. I don't know why people would show them their blood. I just show it.
I
just
think they
show it.
want to. I think they want to steal like the driver and fireman's blood. But
Hey, I just show blood. I just show blood for these.
yeah, but Soda Back Attack does not make sense.
Not to mention Purple Mist. Holy, that was the entire the like Purple Mist. We were using it, just comes out of nowhere. Like, we're using Tom Toys for Purple Mist. It was just a complete copy of my AU. Hell, my Purple Mist wasn't even meant to be an AU. It was supposed to be, again, a horror story. I canceled it because this nigga like copied it.
Yeah, you know, that was like completely reasonable, not gonna lie.
I know he made his own, and plus, did he ever even release an episode of his Purple Mist AU? Did he ever even release it?
He never released it because he didn't know how to edit back then, and watching his videos, boy, does his editing kinda suck.
Hell, with my videos, I at least know how to edit. Yes, it may not be the best, okay, but bro, I know at least it's decent to the point. It's good. Cause like there's no way you make like Purple Mist. The sound effects are terrible. Hell, that's the reason why I made the disaster to test how I would do with an AU, and so far I feel like I did good with the Runaway theme.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you did. I'm not sure if you saw the Runaway theme though.
Yeah. I don't see much of your AUs. The only ones that I did see was like the purple. No, not purple mist. The chemical one. When you were in MA2.
Oh yeah, the chemical mist one didn't really make much. Well, Yes, a facility. I feel like I should have done a little bit on it. That's why I mainly deleted it. I'm probably not going to delete. Oh yeah, I can't. I can't forget. I'm making corruption of the seaside right now.
Oh yeah. Wait. Do you even know about the paper corruption thing?
Yeah, I do. I've known it for like years.
Yeah, I
I'm
have. I remember when I saw like the quote unquote trailer and the FNF mods because FNF always picks up on stuff.
Oh, yeah, also forgot to mention Carter gets corrupted, but like after he manages to break free from the corruption after.
Well, basically, I have like this non-Thomas cartoon series, so I'm going to explain the non-Thomas cartoon series what I'm doing, which is kind of like a teenager soap. So basically, when he gets corrupted, at one point the corruption decides to give him like a corrupted claw. Yes, I'm being serious. It's just part of the design. I mean, at some point, Connor decided gets back control. However, he kind of has to like fight for his life until he gets free. And now he has kind of like a corrupted eye, and now he's a survivalist. That's basically how Will goes for that. Yes, I've been watching. I've been watching Kippy F and
Larby.
F mods for my entire life, man.
Oh yeah, also forgot to mention. Like I remember, I planned it to where like basically basically during like one of the ending episodes, like I feel like during the end of the series, I'm gonna plan it to be like a huge fight against the corrupted and like normal engines.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know how
that's
that would go well. I don't know how that would go well though.
well when I get my computer, I'm gonna try to make it as good as possible. Well, I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna go edit the trailer for corruption. So
Okay.
see you tomorrow.
And now I have no one.